Hello, creative mind. Welcome back to Style by Marvel Greg. And on today's project, I'll be sharing with you how I made this beautiful dress. This is the inspiration of the dress. Let's get right into it. So I'll be making use of the striped fabric. I have about 3 yards here, but I'll suggest you use 4 to 4.5 yards if you want yours to be very, very full. And this is a midi dress. It didn't get to the down part, but you can make yours even shorter. Whatever it is you want, you can go ahead and do that. So first, we're going to just draft the upper part of this dress for clarity. And we'll be using this pattern for both the front and the back. That's why you can observe that I have about 1.5 inches marked out for my zipper. And I'm now highlighting my basic measurements. For my waistline, I left about 8 inches. So you can do 5 inches because along the line, I realized that 8 inches was too deep to the hip point. So from your waistline, I'll suggest you leave about 5 to 6 inches for the Basque effect, which is very much okay. So next, I'll impute the circumference measurement I'm working with. But before I do that, I'm going to be including a dart to this dress. So I'm going to be marking nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2 all round to this dress or to the down part. So I'm working with 4.5 inches. I marked this 4.5 inches all the way down. And for my dart's leg, I'll be taking 0.7 inches on both sides. For my bust point, I'm coming down by 1 inch. Then I will connect that point all the way to the 0.7 I marked on both sides of the down part. And that's basically all for the darts. So this dart is going to be on both the front and also the back piece to give this dress a very nice fitting. Now I'm going to I'm imputing my round circumference measurement, round under bust divided by 4. Under bust divided by 4, and I marked it, and I'm replacing the darts that I took out. I did this all the way to the down side. So for the down parts, I didn't do much on the down parts because you know that we are going to be having like a Basque effect there. So what I'm going to do is for my waistline, I came down by 1 inches, and I'm going to connect from that point all the way down that 8 inches I mark. So you can make yours a V kind of shape, just like the inspiration of the dress is. But for me, I will not make it too V. I'll make it a bit curvy, like a C kind of form. So I'll just curve mine a bit, yeah, when I'm cutting on fabric. So you can see how I did it. And I noticed I did not touch the zipper part because that part is where we're going to be imputing our zipper, and I will close up much later for the back piece. So I'm highlighting my dart line just so you can see. So at my waistline, I went in by 1 inches. This is to take out gaping from the back. So when I'm now imputing my zipper, I will cut through that 1 inches back, just like I am using my marker to highlight it. So that's where my zipper will be seated, and I'm not going to be replacing that as well. So the next part is to determine where I want my dress to begin. So I marked 5.5 inches. This is where my dress is going to begin with. Because I marked 5 inches exactly. 5 inches is fine. So you can make yours more if you want. Remember, there's a strap to the dress we are trying to recreate. So that's 5 inches. I'm not going to be having a strap of about 11 inches. So for the sweethearts at the front of the dress, so I came out by 2 inches and I'm just going to be curving it all the way. So it totally depends on you. If you want it very deep, you can go ahead and curve it all the way to your chest line. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and mark how deep I want mine to be. And I opt out for about 3 inches, just like you see here. So I'm going to curve it all the way. Remember, I went up by 2 inches and down by 3 inches. So I have 2 by 3 inches for the sweetheart curve on the front piece. So next is to impute all my allowance. I'm using an allowance of 2 inches on the sides. Then at the down part, I'll just make use of about 0.5 inches all the way down, just like I'm doing here. So for this dress, I feel the beauty of this dress is actually the sleeve. The sleeve is very beautiful, and I love the fact that it also had a little strap. So take note of the fact that I marked 5 inches. So for my strap now, I'm now going to be having about 10 inches because 5 inches taken out from the upper parts, from the front piece and also the back piece will now give me 10 inches. So I'm now going to be cutting my strap of about 11 or 12 inches. You'll understand much later, but make sure that you take cognizance of how deep you are taking out from your shoulder. So if you want to take out 6 inches, ensure that your strap, you are adding that and cutting your strap exactly 6 inches for the front and 6 inches for the back. So you just go ahead and cut the strap together to make it 12 inches. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So this is me cutting the back piece first. So I'm cutting the back piece first, then we'll now modify the pattern to cut out our front piece. So take note that for my back piece, I'm just cutting it straight ahead at the upper part. And I'm going to be notching where my zip is going to begin with, and that's basically it. I'll also notch my dart line, and I will ensure that I mark where my dart is going to start from. I'll show you how to transfer your dart to your fabric much later after cutting. So I also just pin it. You can see what I've done there. I just pinned it and I marked it. So we'll come back to that much later. So next is to cut out the zipper part and cut for the front piece of this dress. So I'm going to cut out my sweetheart knife. So at this point, remember I told you if you want your opening at the front to be more, at this point you can just go ahead and do that and highlight it. But for me, I'm going with the initial 2 by 3 inches that I marked, and that's what I'm cutting out for the front piece. So I'll place this now on my fabric and I'll go ahead and cut the front piece on fold. We are cutting the front piece on fold, unlike the back piece that we're having a zipper, so we had to cut it separately, like open. But for here, we are cutting the center front on fold. And I'm also going to be cutting interfacing for both the front and the back. And my interfacing is going to cut across my armhole point because I'm going to be using it to cover the armhole. So you can see that my interfacing is a bit long to my armhole point. So now I'm about to transfer my dart. So pay attention. I've marked where my dart is going to be using my pin. So I'll mark it at the back piece. And remember I notched the dart leg when I was cutting. So I'll just, that notch I made, I'll just draw my dart line just like this. I'll take out my pattern. I'll notch for the other side. And I'll do the same as well. I'll just mark it. So go ahead and do the same for both the back piece to enable it to be easy for you when you are sewing. So this is what I have left of my fabric. So now we're going to be cutting the sleeve. So the sleeve is cut like in a flip form. Like you can see it's very like full. So we're going to be cutting it in a flip form. So you can measure your bicep part, that is the bigger side of your arm, and whatever you have, divide it by 2 and add extra 2 inches. But for me, I divided my round arm, that's the bicep area, and what I had, I added about 4 inches. So I'm marking 14 inches. So the round bicep I'm working with gave me 10 inches, and I added extra 4 inches to get a very fuller effect. Okay. So I marked that 14 inches all the way. Then now I'm coming to get how I want my sleeve to be. So I'm doing 8 inches. So how I got the 8 inches is what I have left of my shoulder. Like the point where my sleeve is going to sit at the front part is 7 inches. So that is why I was able to mark 8 inches. So you will understand when we are fixing it on our sleeve. So I'm going to be cutting 2 of this. Then I'm going to be cutting another 2, which is going to serve as the turning. So I'm going to be cutting 4 pieces. So the second part I'm cutting is going to be bigger than the initial first part. So we are going to be just like the way you do a bubble skirt. So one part is bigger than the other side by about 2.5 inches. This is just to give it an extra fullness. So you can make use of the same you can cut yours the same. It really doesn't matter, but I felt that it's going to make the sleeve a little bit fuller. So I'm going to join it together and I'll come back to show you. So I've also gone ahead to make my strap. I'll measure it much later for you to see. Remember I told you my strap will be like 12 inches long, like 10 inches and extra 2 inches for joining for both the front and the back. So while I was stitching the shorter part and the bigger side, I also had excess and I just pleated it. Then I opened it up and I'm going to give my sleeve a very good press. So this is how it will sit on it and on both sides. This is how it's going to be. So I'll give it a good press and I'll come back to show you how we're going to be fixing it on our dress. So this is what we have. So now this is my front piece. So this part I pointed is the 7 inches. That's why I measure 7 inches. This is where we'll be placing our sleeve on. So pay attention to what we are doing. And for the strap, remember I took out 5 inches from the front, and that 5 inches is also what I took out from the back. So 5 plus 5 will give us 10 inches plus extra 2 inches. So I'm marking 12 inches for my strap. So I have 12 inches for my strap now. So I'm going to be placing my straps now. So after placing my sleeve, I'll place my strap on top of it. So notice how I'm placing my sleeve. So just do this part gently so you don't end up getting confused, because it's kind of tricky, especially when you want to now attach the sleeve to the back. So you attach your sleeve first before you put your strap, because we're going to be using our interfacing to now turn everything over to give it a neat part. So at this point, I was trying to ensure that my sleeve is placed very neatly. So you can see that the fuller part, that is the fuller part of the sleeve, is down. So the shorter part of the sleeve should be the one that is up. So I've stitched it in place now. I'm now going to use my interfacing to turn it to the other side. So you can see why I ensure that my interfacing is also meeting up to my sleeve part, as it will help my armhole curve, as it will help me to use it to cover the rough edges as well. So you can go ahead and play this in a slower motion so you can understand what I'm doing here. So this is just for the front. We fixed our sleeve and we've also fixed the strap. I'm notching all the edges and I'll turn it over so you can see how it's looking. So this is how your sleeve is now going to be for the front. You can see how it is. We are going to give it a good press. So you can see how it is. So this other side now, we're going to now attach it to the back. So that's how our sleeve is going to be. Like I said, if you don't want your sleeve to be wide as mine, you can reduce your measurements when cutting for the sleeve. So notice that what we have there is about 7 inches. So I'm going to be marking that same inches as well. And you remember I also notched for where my zipper is going to begin. So I just have 2 inches that is going to be left open. So now you're going to place your back piece very neatly, and you're going to be arranging your sleeve. Remember that the fuller part of your sleeve should be facing down, while the shorter part should be facing up. When I mean the fuller part, so you know when you are cutting like a fleece skirt, there is the part that you are having on your, that you're going to be placing on your waist, is the shorter part, while the down part is the hem part of your fleece. So now for this sleeve, let's assume the waist side. The waist side is what is going to be facing up, while the hem part, which is the down part of your fleece, is what should be facing down. So ensure that you place it very neatly, and if possible, try it on your mannequin to see that it's placed well before stitching on it. So this is me trying to place it to ensure that everything is sitting. You can see the way I'm trying to adjust it to ensure that it's fixed on the right side. So you can see how my sleeve has formed. You can see it. So ensure that you do this properly to ensure that you do not end up now losing again. So take your time to do this part, because this part can be tricky. So I will go ahead and stitch, then turn with my interfacing like I did for the front and come back to show you. So this is the back. I've turned with my interfacing, and this is what we have. I've turned with my interfacing, ensure that it's closed up all the way to my armhole, and I'm just trying to arrange it so you can see what we have now. So that's the front and that's the back. So by the time I fix my zipper, you see that part to be closed up. I'll close that part after fixing my zipper. So this is what we have for the back and the front, and our strap neatly placed. So basically that's it. So the next step now is to close up the sides. So I'll arrange the front and the back together, and I'll close the sides of my dress. I'll close the two sides, and I'll come back to show you the next step. We're almost done with this dress, guys. So I'm done closing the sides. This is what we have. Next is to measure around what I have by the sides and ensure that I trim off any excess I have. Then I'll pleat the down part. So for the down parts, I have about 3 yards. I have about 3 yards long, and the length is about 23 inches. That's because the full length, you remember I have a half length of about 25 inches. So 25 inches for the upper part and 23 inches for the down part is going to give me 48 inches. So the total length of this dress is 48 inches. So you can decide to do yours less, you can decide to do yours more. So but just ensure that what you have at the upper parts, you measure it and minus it from whatever your full length of your gown is to be able to get the down part. So I've gone ahead to make loose stitch at the upper part to fit the 60 inches that I have around the upper part. So now I'm going to be stitching this and joining this with the upper part of my dress. I'll come back and show you the next step. So yeah, I was done attaching, and that's basically all for this dress. The next step is to close up the down part and fix the center back and fix my zipper. So for you to have like the downside equal, go ahead and trim off the excess you have at the center front and center back. You can also use your mannequin, wear it on your mannequin, and also trim off all the excess, or you can even leave it that way. So that's basically all for this tutorial. I hope you learned something and you'll be trying it out. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video, and I'll definitely be seeing you in my next tutorial video. Bye.